Students, today we are going to start our very most important topic, that is belong to taxonomy, or that is belong to the classification of organisms. Student, you know very well, due to the biodiversity, we see the different types of the organism in our surrounding. Due to biodiversity, we see the difference in the structure and the function and the difference in the life pattern of the organisms. Some organisms are aquatic, some organisms have terrestrial adaptation, some animals are unicellular, some animals are organisms are multicellular. Their mode of nutrition is also different. Some are autotrophous, some are heterotrophous, and there is also diversity in the complexity of the structures. Some organisms are very simple and some organisms are very complex. On the basis of these characters, different scientists have proposed their classification of the living organism. But here we are discussing about the five kingdom system of the classification which was proposed by R.H. Vetker in 1950, in 1969. R.H. Vetker proposed this system of the classification in 1969, and the lifespan of the R.H. Vetker is 1920-1980. R.H. Vetker gives us five kingdom system. Means R.H. Vetker divide whole organisms into five kingdoms. Living organisms, how they classify living organisms? Students, he classified living organisms on the basis of some important characters. Which character he considered for classification of all organisms? He considered the first character, that is complexity of the cell structure. Complexity of the cell structure. Complexity of cell structure means what? Complexity cell structure means some organisms are made up of only single cell. We call them unicellular organisms. What we call them? Unicellular organisms. And some organisms are made up of multicell, means they are multicell, means they are called as multicellular organisms. They are called as multicellular organisms. Here, complexity in the cell structure is of simple type of the cell and complex type of the cell. And like that, there is also another type of the complexity of the living organism is of their cellular structure, means their cellular structure. तो हम ये कह सकते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, here complexity of organisms, complexity of organism in the cell. It is the complexity of organism in the number. In the number means single cell organism or multicellular organism. In the cell, we see only two type of the cell in the organism. One is prokaryotic cell, another is eukaryotic cell. The student, you know very well what is meant by prokaryotic cell or what is meant by eukaryotic cell. The cell in which there is no well defined nucleus or distinct nucleus. There is no well defined nucleus or distinct nucleus or cell organ is called as prokaryotic cell, and the organism is called as prokaryotes. हम उन organisms को prokaryotes कहते हैं. Like that, another type of the cell or another type of the organisms are those organisms which possesses eukaryotic type of the cell. Eukaryotic type of the cells are those cells in which cell possesses well defined, well developed nucleus and also cell organelles. Such type of the cells are called as eukaryotic cells, and organism is called as eukaryotes. What we call them? Eukaryotes. So students, on the basis of the number of the cell and on the basis of the complexity of the cell structure, we have seen two groups of the organism. One is unicellular, multicellular, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Students, another character is also considered in the classification of living organism, that is called as mode of nutrition. Mode of nutrition. What is meant by nutrition? The process of the obtaining of the food of the living organism is called as nutrition. Students, there are two modes of the nutrition. One is autotrophic mode of nutrition and another is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Students, these are very important terms related to the nutrition of the living organisms. Nutrition is also one of the important biological life process of the living organism. You know very well, every and each organism want energy and food molecules for growth and development. They obtain their food molecules or food nutrients through this process that is called as nutrition. So here nutritions are of two types. One is autotrophic type of nutrition, another is heterotrophic type of the nutrition, and their mode is autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So student, here what is meant by autotrophic mode of nutrition? Autotrophic mode of nutrition means the nutrition in which living organisms obtain or synthesize or manufacture or prepare their own foods through the process of the photosynthesis. You know very well what is meant by photosynthesis. So photosynthesis or chemosynthesis are the process in which living organism synthesize, manufacture their own food. Due to this, we call them autotrophs. What we call them? Autotrophs. So organisms are classified on the basis of nutrition into two groups. One is the autotrophic mode of nutrition, and the organism which possesses autotrophic mode of nutrition is called as autotrophs, and other type of the nutrition is called as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. What is meant by heterotrophic mode of nutrition, students? The mode of nutrition in which living organisms depend on the food molecules which is prepared by other organisms. Means they are not self-dependent, they are dependent for their food. These organisms are called as heterotrophs. Heterotropous organisms are different types. Why they not synthesize their own food? Because their cell does not contain photosynthetic pigment or light pigment, that is chlorophyll, means they lack the plastids, chloroplast in their cell. Due to this, they can't perform the process of the photosynthesis. Due to this, we call them heterotrophs. Student, another type of the characteristics also their life pattern. What is mean by life pattern, students? Life pattern means what? Life pattern means some organisms have life as a producer on this earth, some organisms have life as a consumer, and some organisms has life as a decomposer. These are three important components of our ecosystems which are seen in the biotic factors. One is producer, consumer and decomposer. तो हम ये कह सकते हैं स्टूडेंट, we can say that all plants are producer, all animals are consumer, and all microorganisms are decomposer. Another type of the main characteristics is the phylogenetic relationship. Phylogenetic relationship. It is also considered as one of the important points to do the classification of living organism. Yes, phylogeneity. Phylogenetic relationship क्या है? The organisms evolved on the earth first time. They are called as primitive type of organisms, and the organisms which are developed from existing organisms and which shows the different characters with complexity, they are called as advanced. Example, amoeba. Amoeba is unicellular, microscopic, single-celled organism, but have very simple type of the structure. And the large, huge animal, elephant, is multicellular and has complex structure, complex function and complexity in their life pattern. So, phylogenetic relationship gives us the idea of evolution of the living organism. Means living organism is evolved from single cell to multi-cell, prokaryotic to eukaryotic, eukaryotic. These are the important characteristics of the all living organism which are considered to classify the all organism into 5 kingdoms by Robert Harding Whittaker. In 1969, Robert gives us the 5 kingdom system. On the basis of the such characters, these characters are considered and keep in the mind and classify the whole organism in the 5 kingdoms. Students, R.H. Whittaker classified all living organisms into 2 groups of the organism. One is prokaryotic, another is eukaryotic. These are 2 groups of the organisms are made or divided by R.H. Whittaker on the basis of the complexity of the characters. Means organisms of prokaryotic cells, organisms of eukaryotic cells. He divided organisms. So he placed the Monera as a first kingdom of the classification. Monera is a group of organisms which are unicellular in structure, single celled or prokaryotic. They may be autotrophic or heterotrophic. All the bacteria are belong to Monera. All bacteria are belong to Monera. So here I am writing example bacteria. Second group of organism is there, which is also on the basis of the structure of the cell, the complexity of the organism. That is, organism are unicellular and multicellular. Eukaryotic organisms are divided into unicellular or multicellular organisms. Students, some eukaryotes are also unicellular, single cell. On the basis of their structure, they are classified or divided into as a unicellular or multicellular organism. Here he divided unicellular organism and made second important kingdom, that is Protista. Student, Protista is a group of organism which is unicellular and hetero and autotrophic. Some organisms are heterotrophic, example protozoa, and some organisms are autotrophic, example Euglena. So students, unicellular organisms in eukaryotic cell, unicellular organisms are Protista, kingdom Protista, as classified as kingdom Protista. Second group, he divided eukaryotic organism as a multicellular organisms. All multicellular organisms again divided into two groups on the basis of their mode of nutrition. You know very well, we have seen what is meant by nutrition. Some organisms are autotrophous, means autotrophic, and some organisms are heterotrophous, means heterotrophic. So students, organisms on the basis of the mode of nutrition are classified as a heterotrophous and autotrophous, and also on the basis of, we can classify the multicellular organism as a on the basis of the presence or absence of the cell wall. Presence and absence of the cell wall. Example, in autotrophous, we classify the group of the plant as a separate kingdom. Plantae. Kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Plantae, whole plants are classified in the kingdom Plantae. Why? Because they are autotrophous and they have cell wall. They have cell wall. But in heterotrophous, he placed two groups of the organism. One is fungi. Why? He placed the fungi in the heterotrophous because it like the chlorophyll, but it has cell wall. What it has? Cell wall. So on the basis of the mode of nutrition and presence and absence of the cell wall, he classified the plant in the heterotropous organism, that is kingdom plantae, and in heterotropous organism he classified fungi but has cell wall, so they are separated. Fungi is a separate kingdom. And last group of the organism, heterotropous organism, he classified as a separate kingdom, that is Animalia. Animalia. In Animalia he classified, heterotropous is classified as a kingdom Animalia. In Animalia there is absence of the cell wall. There is no cell wall in the animal cell wall, in the animal cell. So student, R.H. Whitaker classified whole organism into 5 kingdom. One is Monera, that is the first or primitive group of the organism, and second one is the Protista, fungi, plantae, Animalia. ये 5 kingdoms, but he classified whole organism on the basis of the what? On the basis of the complexity of the cell structure, presence or absence of the nucleus, number of the cell, mode of the nutrition, presence or absence of the cell wall. All these characteristics are considered and classify the whole organism in the 5 kingdom. One is Monera, second is Protista, fungi, plantae, and Animalia. I hope that student you understand this topic. मैं आपसे उम्मीद करता हूँ कि ये टॉपिक आपको समझ में आया होगा. अगर आपको ये टॉपिक अच्छा लगा हो तो स्टूडेंट्स, मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि आप हमारे चैनल बायो साइंस वाला को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, लाइक कीजिए और अपने दोस्तों को शेयर कीजिए.